Jingle jingle friends! Welcome to Holidays at Harmony Hills Home and Garden. I'm Jenny and we are making faux candy today for my Candyland themed Christmas tree. On tap for today, these giant faux cupcakes. These are made out of insulation foam, spackle, and vase filler and Christmas ornaments. Come with me and let's figure out how to make these faux treats for the Candyland theme. I picked up a dozen of these ice cream cups from the Dollar Tree. These are sold in the party section and they're made out of plastic. And my dollar store only had green and blue. So I got 2 packages of green and 1 package of blue, and I figured I could paint one of the packages of green ones to turn it a different color so that I could have some variety. Here I'm using some off-white chalk paint as a base coat on these green cups, and I'm going to end up painting them yellow in the end. And you can also see here, I was doing this at the same time as I was waiting for the gumdrops to dry. These were the second round of gumdrops that I was trying after the first ones failed. I have a video about the gumdrops that I just posted recently if you're interested to see what that egg-shaped situation is all about there. And at this point I was getting impatient, waiting for that paint to dry, so I took my heat gun out and used it to dry the chalk paint. And next I'm gonna paint the inside edges of the cups as well, because I wasn't sure exactly how much of the edge of the lip of the cup would show after I had put my cupcake materials in there. Setting aside those to dry, now I'm turning my attention to the cups that don't need painted. I'm filling them up with some scrap paper and masking tape, and that way I can use less of the insulation foam spray. Also, it'll allow the insulation foam spray to dry better if it's not all the way filling up that cup. I learned through my gumdrop experiment that it doesn't really dry if it doesn't have access to air. So I'm just balling up some paper and using masking tape to hold it inside the cup. Now the painted white ones are dry and ready to be painted yellow, so I'm just using a yellow acrylic craft paint to paint these cups a nice bright color. So I got impatient and I started only doing the inside parts yellow, and then I used my heat gun to dry those off because I really wanted to move on and get the cupcakes built. So I just did the inside portions and then I put the paper with the masking tape inside the yellow ones as well. And I'll come back after I have started on the foam part, after that's dried, and I'll paint the rest of the yellow later. But I wanted to get moving on all of the cupcake builds here. So to fill up these cupcakes, I'm using this Loctite brand Tight Foam, multi-purpose insulation foam, and this is the one that gets 3 times its size after you spray it. So as you can see here, I'm just spraying on top of this paper, and it doesn't totally cover the paper, but that's okay because it will expand and end up covering everything up nicely. And so because I had done the insides of the yellow cups, I was able to go ahead and do the yellow cupcake foam parts as well. And again, I'll come back and paint the outsides of the cup later. Now because I just can't leave anything alone, I went in and I took a craft stick and I made sure that all of the paper was covered up with the foam, but that wasn't a necessary step. I could have just left that alone. The foam would have totally expanded to cover the paper just fine. Two hours later, the foam is all dry, it's nice and expanded and looks great. So, time to paint the outsides of the yellow cups. Okay, so the foam is now hard and it's ready to continue with the project. But I'm looking at it and I'm seeing that I want to put spackle icing on this later. And it doesn't look like the top of a cupcake yet. So I decided to go ahead and trim off some of the foam to kind of mimic what it might look like if a cupcake had actually been baked into these cups. So what I'm aiming for is about a ½ inch to an inch of something around the edges that looks like the top of a cupcake before any icing has been put on it. So I'm using an old bread knife to cut away the foam right around the edges to kind of sculpt it, I would say, into a cupcake form. Now I'm leaving some of the foam in the center because that'll add bulk that I can rest the spackle on for the icing later. And it's time for a quick second coat of the yellow onto the outside of the cups. Alright, so now I want to mix up some paint. I want a color that mimics what a yellow cake mix cupcake looks like after it's baked. So kind of a golden baked yellow color. So I'm mixing up some tan and some yellow and some different shades of brown to try to come up with a yellow cake cupcake color. And so now I'm going to paint the cupcakes that I just trimmed with this yellow cake batter color, and I think it turned out pretty good. It looks pretty close to what a yellow cake would look like if you baked it in cupcakes. And so I'm going to repeat this process with all 12 of the cupcakes, including the yellow ones, after the paint dries and after I've trimmed them up too. And now I have 12 extra large cupcakes that are ready for their spackle icing and decorations. Okay, so while my gumdrop eggs dry, I have turned my attention back over to my cupcakes. So I wanted to have some sort of topper to decorate the tops of the cupcakes once I put the fake frosting on. And I do have some glittery balls of bright colors that I'm going to be using, but I wanted something as kind of a main element as the topper instead of a cherry. And so I went to the Dollar Tree and I found a pack of 6 of these little silver glitter snowflakes for $1.25. So they're about 20 cents each. And the problem is that the glitter is worn off of a lot of it. So, you know, it's Dollar Tree, so you get what you get. So what I'm doing is I'm re-glittering because I'm just that extra, right? So I'm just using Mod Podge. This happens to be gloss Mod Podge. You could use satin or you could use flat as well because it's not going to show. And I'm just painting the surface of each snowflake with the Mod Podge. And then I'm using some silver glitter that I had in my craft stash from when I was a Girl Scout leader, believe it or not, which was, that's gonna have been 15 or 20 years ago. Why do I have 15 or 20-year-old glitter? Because I never throw anything away. Anyway, so, and I'm just re-glittering these snowflakes with a better coverage of silver glitter. And that's how I like to spend my afternoon, folks. I mean, is it even the holiday season if you don't have glitter? right, I am ready now to put the icing and the fun toppings onto my cupcakes. So what I'm planning to do is use the spackle with a number 1M tip on it to do swirls of white icing on them. And then I'm going to use either this original Buffalo Snow fake snow stuff that I've had. This is called Flurries. I've had this bag for 5, 7, 8 years, something like that. And you can see I've, not yet gotten through it, but this stuff is it's basically shredded styrofoam, pretty sure. But it doesn't have a ton of glittery shine on it. So I'm either going to use this, or I'm going to use this that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, Faux Snow. This has a little bit more iridescent glitter quality to it. I'm thinking I'll probably use the iridescent one, not this snowy plain one. Actually, I'm just making that decision right now. Okay, and then I have these that I picked up from the Dollar Tree also. These are vase filler. I got these from the birthday party section of the Dollar Tree, and they are styrofoam balls covered in glitter, and there are pink, green, pink, green, orange, and blue in here. And I have 2 bags of them, so I think I have plenty to cover my 12. And then I'll be using these glitter snowflake toppers as the final touch on the top of each one. So I'm using a pastry bag with a pastry tip, and I'm filling it with the spackle to use as fake icing. Okay, so I have my frosting in my piping bag. I'm going to just do this as if it's a real cupcake. Now I have a little bit of foam in the center here because if I just build this whole thing up just with spackle, it will probably deflate. So I just have steady pressure, and I'm just wrapping it around as if it's a real cupcake. There, that was super easy. Now I am going to decorate with my cute foam balls. No rhyme or reason here, just put enough on there so that it's super cute. And then the final touch is to add a snowflake. And there, oh, no, that's not final. Also, I want to add in some of this snow. There we go. And now I have a beautiful, adorable, sweet cupcake. So I just repeated this process with all 12 cupcakes. I sure did have a whole lot of fun putting these together. Now you could use any sort of embellishments on the top, anything your imagination comes up with. There is no limit to the creativity that you could explore with this project. Oh my gosh, guys, I let these dry overnight and they're just so adorable, aren't they? Oh my gosh, I really love the way they turned out. The ones that I painted the cups on, they are so adorable also, and I'm really glad I took the time to paint them so that I had 3 colors of cups instead of just 2. And I do think that the yellow color blends nicely with the blue and the green colors that the cups already came in, so it's a nice collection all together. Also, you could do this with any kind of decorative elements on top. You could get little mini ornaments that are like faux gingerbread, or you could put in all kinds of different kinds of sprinkles or candies or anything. Really, the sky's the limit. I could have painted all of these cups into more Christmassy colors or more of these, these really bright, festive colors to match the balls, but I didn't take the time to do that. So, technically the color schemes are different. This is a bright kind of neon-y color scheme, and these are more of a jewel tone thing, but who cares? It's fake pretend candy. So, cupcakes, awesome. I really had a lot of fun with this project, and I recommend them to you too. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. Maybe you'll make some cupcakes for your Christmas tree. Oh, by the way, how am I going to hang these? Well, probably, I'm guessing I'll be able to just set them into the branches and they won't go anywhere because they're so big and chunky, and the branches will grip probably. I will probably lose a little bit of the glitter off the top or off of the stars when I brush them up against branches. That's no big deal. But if I did want to hang them, I could just easily put through this hole on that snowflake. I could totally just put either a wire picture hanger, not a picture hanger, a wire ornament hanger, or a piece of ribbon or string or whatever, so you could just easily hang them from that, or probably I'll just nestle them in, I don't know. So thank you so much for joining me on this fun project. It was, I've never really made stuff out of spray foam before or out of spackle like this, so this was a new one for me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a fun time preparing for your Christmas season wherever you are. These would make great props, by the way, for a fun Candyland birthday party too. So you don't just have to have these for Christmas. In fact, most people don't even have them for Christmas. I'm rambling at this point. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you, and I wanted to wish you a happy, fun time making something festive like this for your Candyland themed event. Have a great day, friends, and I'll see you again soon.